Good morning. So we have a special theme for today. Palms. Of course, it's Palm Sunday. For our story begins and ends with palms. So as Jesus entered the city, you remember what happened? The people were going crazy for him. They were shouting, "Hosanna, Hosanna. The King is here, the King is here." Am I right? They were overjoyed. Their Savior had come to save them. But fast forward to what we just heard. What were they doing? They weren't shouting, "Hosanna." They weren't shouting, "The King is here." No. They had hate. They had bitterness. They wanted to do what? They wanted to kill him. They wanted to crucify him. So what happened? What happened in those brief few days? How quickly can those people go from excitement and love to bitterness and hate? What was it? It wasn't that Jesus changed. It wasn't that his message changed. No, they wanted something else. They wanted something different, didn't they? They wanted a ruler, someone who would crush the Romans and rebuild the empire, rebuild the temple. But that's not what he gave them, did he? He gave them a humble servant. He gave them mercy. My friends, we're no different, are we? We're no different because we are those people. How often do we allow the sins and wounds of our lives to turn us to bitterness, to turn us to anger, like when we are out of control, or we don't get what we want, or we just don't get our way? Am I right? We feel like we have lost control, and we lose that peace and that joy, and we become just like those people. And you know what we do when we do that? We do what they do. We take out our anger on other people, don't we? The people we love, generally, like your spouse, your children, your family, your friends. We're those people. We're those people every day. But the answer today, we can be healed because he can heal us. That's why he came. That's why the story began with palms. It ends with palms, doesn't it? That's our story, my friend. Because Jesus came, he was crucified, nailed to the cross for who? For you, for me. That's why he came. The greatest act of love this world has ever known. That's what he did. He did it for us. Did he have to do it? No, he didn't. Because he showed us that his love has no limit and no boundary. So, my friends, on this Palm Sunday, the same Jesus who's with us always, he just wants to love you. He wants to embrace you. He wants to heal you. He wants to forgive you for all the things that you've done. So, think about those palms, those green palms you have in your hands. That's how the people started, Hosanna. But where did we end? With these palms, those palms. The story began with green palms. The story ends with his. When you look at those green palms, remember the palms that really matter. And they were his, my friends. Greatest act of love in the world. Can never be repeated. Doesn't need to be repeated because he did it for you. He did it for me. It is said, a beautiful song, that the only scars in heaven won't belong to you or me. The only scars in heaven are on whose hands? His. And those hands, those hands are the hands that long to love you now.